Hi, my name is Penny and today I'm going to talk about the books that I'm planning to read in December. So I have to be honest, it's a really ridiculous list and I don't really think it's possible, but my goal this year was to finish all the series that I had in progress that had been completely published. So I have about 25 series in progress and there's no way that I was planning to get through all of those. But of those, there's about 5. In fact, there's 5 left where the series is finished, so I can finish the series and tick it off. All the rest of them still have books being published, so that's next year's drama. Although, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to finish all the completed series this year, but that's what I'm going to try for. So, my TBR. The first book on the list is Grave by Michelle Segarra. So this is the third and last book of the Queen of the Dead series, which is about this girl who discovers she's a necromancer. So far, I've found the series really confusing, but I'm still interested to finish it to see what happens. I'm actually already about halfway through it, so hopefully I'll finish this one this week. So that's a series that's definitely getting ticked off. Another series that's definitely getting ticked off this year is the Kotahi Bay series by J.C. Hart. Confusing myself as to whether there's 4 or 5 books in this series, but whatever. I'm currently about halfway through the last book. The Kotahi Bay series is set in this small little town called Kotahi Bay, where they're very close to these different Māori gods and they are working to protect them, but one of the children of the gods is causing trouble. It's also very, each story is a little romance, which I'm not that into the romance, but I definitely enjoy the mythology. Also, all the books are really short, so it's a nice and easy read. So I'm definitely going to finish that one. Then the next series is the Buffy series, which I'm definitely not going to finish this year, but what I am going to try and finish is Buffy season 10. I have gotten all of the books from the library and I'm excited to read them. I think there's only this season and then season 11, as well as all the add-ons with Angel and Faith and Spike and Willow and all of those ones, but I'm going to read this month and I think that should be quite doable. I'm especially hyped for book number 3, because it looks like we're going to get some Team Spike action, and also how badass does Buffy look on the cover of that one. Okay, so then the 4th series that I'm going to have a go at finishing is the Face on the Milk Carton series, which is about this girl called Janie Johnson who was kidnapped but only discovers it when she sees her face as a child on a milk carton on a missing child ad. It's quite a big, well, not that big a series, but there's a series of about 5 books. Some of them are really short, kind of exploring the impact that kidnapping has had on both Janie's kind of kidnapped family and her real family. So I've just got to read what Janie saw and then Janie face to face. So what Janie saw is really short, so I should be able to read that for sure. And Janie face to face should also be okay. I think I can do it. So I think I can definitely finish 3 series, make a good dent in Buffy. Then the last series that I wanted to finish was the Thirst series by Christopher Pike. So this was the Last Vampire series, which when I was a teenager I read the first 6 books of the Last Vampire series. Then he wrapped those books up as the first 2 books of the Thirst series. I read the 3rd book in the Thirst series, and then now I've got the 4th and the 5th ones, which would complete the series. I did plan to read book number 4 in the Tome Topple, but I didn't get to it. So now I've got to read both these books in December if I want to finish the series, and they're pretty decent lengths. So if I'm honest with myself, I think I'll probably only get one done, but I'm keeping them both on my my TBR pile in the hopes that I can do it, and then I can say that series is done as well. There is one other book that I'm hoping to get to in December, and that is The Empress by S.J. Kincaid. This is the sequel to The Diabolic. I think it's going to be a trilogy. Basically, in this world, you've got kind of a dystopian future where they have all the technology, but they've banned kind of studying science and reading and all that kind of stuff, so they don't know how any of their technology works, and as things break down, they can't fix it. We've also got this kind of genetically engineered bodyguard, and we follow her in the first book as she kind of gets wrapped up in this political conspiracy. I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm really looking forward to the second book, and it only just came out, I think, in November, and I'm pretty happy with having gotten my TBR pile under control enough that I feel like I can read it pretty much as soon as it's come out. I mean, looking at all the books that I'm saying I want to read this month, it doesn't really seem like my TBR pile is under control, but you know, whatever. So that works out as 7 books, and then also these 6 comic graphic novel things. So that's quite a lot. I tend to just count these as 1, so that would be 8 things. Although I actually just remembered there is one other thing that I'm reading this month, which is The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North, I think. I'm reading it as an audiobook. To be honest, I'm kind of regretting that decision. I'm about 4-5 hours in so far, and I just don't really like the narrator, and the last kind of half an hour or an hour I kept being confused about who he was talking to, because I'm clearly not paying enough attention, and I just think I'm not very good at audiobooks, or at least that audiobooks should only be for rereading books, because then it doesn't matter if you drift off for a little bit because you already know what's going on. Anyway, I'm definitely going to get that read this month because I'm reading it while I am running, so that's good. That's a guaranteed tick off, but it doesn't help me with my series, and I'm not particularly enjoying it, so it's not going to make my reading month amazing. But if I can read all of these and some of these other ones, then I will be pretty happy with my reading month, so fingers crossed we can get that done. So yeah, that was my TBR. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to know what you thought about them down in the comments, or what books you're excited to read this month. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.